Hi everyone, it's Anne Stokes. I'd like to tell you about the fire cards from my forthcoming Elementals Tarot deck. Now, this is a very interesting subject, and for the characters here, I have chosen demons, dragons, and phoenixes. Now, the wand cards are allowed to fire, and here we have, first of all, the King of Wands. He is a wizard. He is summoning a fractal pattern out of the flames of this bonfire. Then we have the Queen, standing proud with her staff before her and a glowing circle of fire from her spell behind her. The Knight has caused a phoenix to rise from the ashes of disaster, triumphant in the flames. And then we have the Knave, that is a fire dragon, and she is zealously guarding her young here and breathing fire out of her mouth. And then the Ace is a wand with a red crystal, and in the background a cave with a lava pool and a waterfall of lava. The first card of the major arcana aligned to fire is the Emperor, and I have painted him as a demon sat here with large horns in a golden throne and lots of African and Egyptian motifs. Now, he rules with energy and prowess, qualities of fire, and he brings order to the world. Then we have the Strength card. Now, this is an interesting one. In the traditional older tarot decks, this was always painted as a lady with a lion, and the reason for this was to show strength and courage, that perhaps she wasn't a physically powerful character, but she had got control of what would potentially be a deadly beast by, perhaps her sort of, power personality. And this really is a theme in a lot of my Ladies and Dragons art, so this was a perfect one to use my picture friend or foe here. And I painted this as a lady aligned with her large dragon, kind of questioning the person coming to their camp, whether they were a friend or whether they were foe. But I did adjust this slightly, because another thing I've done in this tarot deck is I have made all the cards color-coded. So if you put all the fire ones together, they're very much similar color tones of red and orange, and likewise earth is all greens and water blue, and air is kind of neutrals and purples and blues. So I adjusted this to be a little more orange than it was, and I put some fire in the foreground. So that's kind of a fun way to change something that was in my back catalogue to suit the tarot. Then we have the card for Temperance, and this is another one a little worthy of note. Now, this is the card that appears also on the box cover, and I'm just going to read you here about the meaning from the notes that I wrote when I was writing the card descriptions. So, this card has strong connections to deeper understanding and the pursuit of balance and harmony. The magic user calmly casts a fire spell to summon the Firebird Phoenix, a symbol of new life, from the ashes of disaster and the restoration of hope and order. Fire magic creates or destroys, depending on the way the fire is handled. And here, the flames are used for cleansing. Next, we have the Tower, and here I have sort of tried to create the definitive, like, Mage's Tower of a fantasy movie or something, a very long, tall spine of a tower, and lightning is striking it. Disaster has happened, and if you see down in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a little dragon there, and I think they're the occupants of the tower. Perhaps got wind of this and are fleeing in anticipation of this cataclysm. The Sun. Now, wow, our sun is such an amazing thing, isn't it? It is this big fireball we all take for granted. We see it in the sky, but it is what gives life to this world. Without that, we couldn't really exist. And here, this dragon is hovering in flight, wings outstretched, just soaking up the rays of the sun, and also kind of in that pose, almost giving some sort of homage to this wonderful fireball before. The Judgment card features a powerful witch riding a bear and summoning fire in her hand. Now, this particular card is very much associated with accountability and consequences, and she is going to pass judgment over you. fire is such an interesting subject to paint. You know, for an artist, there are all these quite dramatic lighting effects with the firelight, and then also the qualities of fire, very much warmth and, you know, nurturing, but also danger, and don't leave your hand too long in the fire or it is going to burn. Now, thus far, we have seen videos on water, earth, and fire, and next time I'm going to be telling you about the cars aligned to air. And then we will be launching this at the Elfia Fantasy Festival in the Netherlands, and I look forward to that very much, and we'll be sure to take some video footage to show you from there.